Osman. I am a HR officer and also co-chair of the ED&I Group, and I have a hidden disability which is chronic migraines. I've been suffering with migraines since I was 17. I am now 25, so that's 8 years of migraines, and I had 2 relapses of them, so they got worse twice. And it's overcoming challenges of knowing what my day-to-day can look like, knowing where I need to step back if it's getting too bad, and just knowing how to communicate it to people, because sometimes it is in a physical form, so you can see it, so you can't see it but you can hear it when I'm stammering, so you kind of know I'm in an episode, but other than that you don't really know when I'm in an episode, and it's trying to figure out how you communicate that to people so they understand. If I'm stammering, a lot of the time I do explain myself. I shouldn't have to explain myself, people should accept me for that. But I do have to explain myself, because especially if they've met me like once before or briefly and they've heard me speak like this, and then the next time it's every other word, H sounds are horrible in my migraines. It's kind of, no, this is what's happening, this is how you have to understand, because some people just go, I think some people think I'm putting it on, and I'm not. I wish I couldn't do it, but my brain doesn't connect that way. Migraines perceive very differently for very different people. No 2 migraine cases are exactly the same. Mine can perceive themselves in 3 different ways. So I can lose full function of my face, as in I cannot feel it in some migraines. I can also get to stammer due to my migraines. Basically my brain doesn't connect to my speech and I stammer it out instead of fully sentences, but I also do get what most people think a migraine is, which is head pain, sensitivity to light and things like that. Some days I am completely bedbound because it's ruining me from inside, because everything hurts. Sometimes I feel like I'm lacklustering in what I do and I have to step back, but I do also try and put myself in positions where I do more, and I just have to make sure I understand where I may over-challenge myself, because sometimes I put myself in this scenario where my migraines are too bad. I actually do suffer with depression. I have done since I was 16, and obviously my migraines can really affect my mood because they completely bring me down. Sometimes I just feel lost because I don't know what's going on, and in the medical sector it's a lot as well, and it is just finding those things that give you that release of happiness and making sure that you do that and you talk to people. I think with mine, talking to people about the condition and the people that are closest to me to understand, for them to understand the true pain I'm going through, and for them to understand a bit more about what's really going on inside me, even if they can't understand it, they can be a bit more empathetic about it. I think talking's a massive thing, and I think if you don't talk, you can bottle it up and then you explode, and I've done that before as well, and it's just not a nice thing. Mind is very good, and Mind looks at all different types of mental health as well as like my own. It shows different aspects of migraines, but a lot of disabilities have their own associations which give a lot of information. And I remember when I first started dating my partner, we looked at the Migraine Association just so he understood a bit more about what was going on with me. And it is just finding that association, that if you want to share that information, maybe they can go do their own research so that you don't have to give them everything. And a lot of the time it helps, because then they understand a bit more about what's going on. I think some of the challenges that you have with a hidden disability is no one that truly knows your pain, and no one can really understand your pain, and because it's not physical, you can't tell if I'm having an episode or not. Even my partner doesn't know when I'm having a full episode unless I tell him, and it's that sort of thing that I can't always express myself because I don't know how to, because sometimes the pain is so bad. I think the best example is on a bus or on a train, when you sit in a priority seat, and it is giving people that notice of, I do have a hidden disability. It may not be a physical one that you can currently see, but something's going on inside. I think people with disabilities are just to be seen as the same. They are still human, they're still a person, they just have something that's slightly different, but everyone has something that's slightly different that makes them a different human.